Hello students, today we are going to talk on a topic which is very vital in the construction industry. In the construction industry, the physical development of the structure takes place on the project site. All the activities are physically executed by the workers in form of digging, casting, constructing, applying, fixing, installing, etc. So the construction worker or the labor content is one of the important traits of the building industry. So today we are going to talk about the building trades, the scope and contents. Now when we are talking about the labor or construction workers, they can be classified on the basis of level, type of work and the skills that they possess. So what kind of skills do they require that makes them classified as unskilled workers or unskilled laborers or semi-skilled or the skilled laborers? So let us start basically from the bottom of the ladder, which is unskilled labor. The unskilled labor is required in every aspect of construction. As per the labor law, any person above the age of 18 can be classified and given a job as a laborer, as construction worker. They usually classified into male labor and female labor. They don't require any technical knowledge. They perform activities which are supporting the construction. So which other fields do we require unskilled workers? We require unskilled workers for the excavation and earthwork, for digging the soil, shifting and stacking of excavated materials, for filling of trenches, for compacting as well as curing. When we are doing concreting work, we require to lift and shift the materials, the transportation and placing of concrete, the consolidation of concrete. In masonry or plastering, flooring, waterproofing, the shifting of material is required. This is done by the unskilled laborer. And there are some miscellaneous jobs like loading and unloading of the materials at the site. So all this kind of work is done by a category called unskilled labor. That's our first category. Now let us see the second category, which is known as the semi-skilled workers. They have technical knowledge. They provide direct support to the technical staff. Now when we are talking about semi-skilled workers, we require them for shuttering work in RCC, structural work, the preparing of shuttering, the de-shuttering, stacking, shifting and maintenance. In masonry work, we require to prepare scaffolding, placing the chicken mesh and cleaning. When we are doing the fabrication, we require the cutting, the drilling work, the shifting of the fabricated material. When we are doing painting work, the basic activities like scraping of the wall, filling of holes and curing. So that is the work which is done by the semi-skilled workers. Now we go on to the highest category. This is known as the skilled laborer. Now what kind of job skills do they require? They require job skills like they have a responsibility for planning, execution and quality. The skilled persons have to have a deep knowledge about all the small activities and operational sequence. They have to have knowledge about the materials as well as specifications. They must have the ability to read and understand the drawings. They have the ability to lead the team, and they're also involved in the execution process. Also, they must see that there is minimum wastage of materials on the site. So, let us see about the skilled labor in detail. They are required for the excavation and earthwork. In excavation and earthwork, the excavators, the vehicle and machine operators are the skilled workers. They have to work on the excavators, loaders, levelers, dumpers, compactors for earthwork. They also, for the concreting work, we require the skilled workers. Where do we require these skilled workers? In the concreting work. They have to operate the mixers. They have to operate the ready mix plants. They have to operate the vibrators. They have to lift and shift the machines. This is the first category. The second category in the skilled labor is the shuttering carpenter. The carpenter is responsible for planning and executing all the activities under the shuttering work for RCC item. As we are aware, the vertical shuttering is known as the scaffolding for the centering work. Now, the shuttering carpenter must possess knowledge of sequence of operation and small activities. He must be aware of the shuttering material. He must be also responsible for the product quality. After the shuttering carpenter, let us go to the next category, which is the head mason. The mason required in the construction work. He should be able to execute the masonry with different materials like stone, burnt brick, or concrete blocks. Sometimes they may be hollow concrete blocks, sometimes they may be solid concrete blocks. The mason is responsible for executing all the activities at the construction site. He must have the ability to read and understand all the architectural as well as the structural drawings. He must have the skill of instructing his team. He should be controlling the material wastage, and he is also responsible for the product quality in terms of accuracy in execution. He must check whether the work is in line and level, whether the work is in plumb, whether the finishes of the work are excellent. After the head mason, let us go to the fabricator. The fabricator is responsible to plan all the activities for the structural fabrication. He must possess the technical knowledge of all the small activities related to fabrication, and he must also know the sequence of operation. He should have the ability to read all the architectural as well as structural drawings. He should have the skills to instruct his team, and also he must get involved in the major activities of fabrication like cutting and bending of bars, welding, bolting, riveting, and execution work. He must also control the material and material wastage at the site, and not the least, the product quality, the quality of the fabrication work must be checked by him. Now, we have seen three categories of labor: the unskilled, the semi skilled, and the skilled labor. Now, we have an exercise to perform. What is the exercise? All the construction work has to be categorized into these three categories: unskilled, semi skilled, and skilled labor. So, what kind of construction work? You have to start with excavation, go on to the concreting work, masonry work. The other activities in the construction for which we need to do this classification are the carpentry work, the painting work, the finishing work, the plumber's work, and the electrician work. So that sums up our topic on building trade, scope and contents. Thank you.